Okay. Who's gonna go first?
I'm going to go first. Ma'am, could you share the screen? I'm having trouble sharing this.
Okay. Is it the same case with all four of you? I think, yeah, let me just give you the access to share.
No, I'm
Um,
having network issues, so I think it'll like just go away.
okay. Can anyone else share? Adarsh, Shagrim, or Ranveer? Okay. Let me just see. It's for your game one, right?
Right.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. Can you put it in
Okay.
slide?
Sorry.
Can you put it into slide, sir?
Um, yeah.
Hi everyone. Let's get started. My name is Anand, and today we four are going to be talking about coding basically. And we're not just the main objective of this session is not just to learn about coding, in a theoretical way or just writing and learning. We're actually going to build something throughout the slides. There are a lot of activities that we have lined up, and we expect you to do those and send them in the chat box, whatever your replies are. Okay. Um, we will be using data. First of all, we'll be using coding and many concepts that we already know about, like we've already learned about them. And we're going to use sports specifically as an example throughout the session. First, we will revisit all like the key concepts. Then we will work with the data that we've collected, basically the numbers that you have collected. Thirdly, whatever data we have accumulated, we're going to make them into charts. And lastly, we'll present all our findings. Okay, whatever we have found until then, we will present it to each other. Uh, Next step.
Yeah. Can one of you share your screen, Agram, Adarsh, or Ranveer? Because I won't be able to take screenshots if I'm sharing the screen. Adarsh, can you try?
I'm actually same for me. I have network issue. I'm connected to mobile hotspot.
Okay. Okay, well, we'll figure that out. Okay, is that okay if the if it's not in a slideshow mode?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah.
But I don't have the access to the PPT, so if it can be shared to me.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Can you all see?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay.
Okay.
Now
Now
let's talk
let's talk
about
about
what we observe during
observe
a
during a
watch a game. We're not just watching it for entertainment, or it's not that's the not the only game. We're actually observing
observing
different aspects of the game. Maybe, players' performance. Like our favorite player, we keep looking at them, how they're performing. If a player that we like is not performing well, that is also data that we're collecting. How the game is flowing. Is one uh, team, winning very easily, or is team losing, right? That is all what we're collecting. Maybe, missed catches in a cricket game, or missed opportunities, or maybe a player hits three sixes in a row. That is all data that we're collecting. And these are not just random, facts. These are actual data points. We call them data points. Okay. Next slide. Okay. Now we're going to connect observation, the what all we've observed, to actual data. Okay. So when we talk about maybe goals or runs or missed chances, missed wickets or missed catches in cricket, we are actually converting whatever we've observed into measurable information. Maybe a player does not like misses three catches in a row. That is data about the player, and without knowing it, we're actually collecting those data points. That is what I'm trying to tell you. We're collecting it without knowing. Goals or runs that a player scores, that indicates their performance. Maybe Virat Kohli, he scores a century three times in a row, right? That indicates that he's a very good, well-performing player. So we're using the data, we're using our observation and converting them into data points, right? Maybe Hardik Pandya, he misses three catches, right? That is a measure of his efficiency. He is low. His efficiency is not enough for that game, right? Maybe attempts or passes. Maybe a famous football player, he misses a pass or he misses a goal by a very low margin, right? That shows us the level of his activity, how many passes that player makes. That shows us how much his level of activity during the game. So whatever we notice in a game, basically, actually data which is in a structured form. It is when we take it in, it's unstructured, and we can create it into structured form by creating charts, um, a lot of statistics, that kind of stuff. Next, next step. Okay. This slide basically talks about all the core concepts that we have lined up for today. First, you'll need to listen to this so you understand the rest of the session. First, we have data. So basically, data is numbers. Like in simplest form, data is numbers, data is information, and we can be represented in like a lot of ways: pie charts, bar charts, in numerical form, so that we can identify patterns and make informed decisions. So maybe Virat Kohli scores 100 runs in one game, then next game he scores 35 runs, then 40. So we can create pie charts and bar charts about his performance and record his efficiency during the game. Uh, Next, let's move to coding. We have basically have four concepts. This is the second one, right? Next, we move on to coding. Coding can be basically broken down into instructions. These are instructions that we're giving to the computer, so the computer knows what to do. Uh, it processes and analyzes all the instructions that we're giving and gives us an output. Basically, what I'm trying to say is raw data is not useful when we're creating anything, when we're creating a game, an app. Raw data is not useful. But when we use coding, we convert this raw data into meaningful insights. So we can create a game, and it's not just raw form. It's actually in usable form. Next, let's move on to STEM.
Just give me a minute.
Okay. The slide before this. Right.
This one?
Analyzing numbers, interesting. Sports, even more interesting.
Yeah, the black color. Yeah. Now, third concept is basically STEM, science, and how it helps in sports. First of all, let's talk about science. Science basically helps a player in training, recovery, fitness, making sure that they don't overstress their muscles, so they keep having a efficient game, or like they have a continuous performance in every game and not, inconsistent performance. Next, we have technology. It helps us in tracking a player's performance, like how I've talked about this whole time, and all the analytics of the game. Next, we move on to engineering. Engineering basically helps us um, create better tools so a player's performance can increase, right? That is a basic use of engineering in a game, in especially cricket, maybe better bats, in football, better ball or a better shoe, which will help the player increase their performance. We also have a lot of mathematics and data. Without mathematics and data, we could not be able to, represent all this information. and in a useful way. We would not know how good a player is, how bad a player is. That is how mathematics and data helps us. Now, this is the last part, data and how we collect the data, right? Data is basically data in sports. It's collected through various, like multiple sources. There's hundreds of sources that data can be collected through. Uh, for example, wearable devices. Maybe, there's a lot of cricketers wear a Whoop band, and that helps them track their heart rate, how much they've moved during a game. And that helps them analyze what all they've done, and next game they can improve, right? Uh, Example, GPS trackers, how much a player has moved in a game. Cameras like Hawkeye technology, it tracks how fast a ball is moving and its trajectory, right? That is very interesting. Next, also apps. There are a lot of apps that show us a player's performance, how a match is working. Uh, that is the basic use of data, right? To build apps and to help us understand a player's performance. Okay, next slide. Let's watch this video. It'll just summarize whatever I've just told. I don't think there's any sound coming.
The sound is not audible.
Right.
Oh, okay, 1 second.
Youngsters to play for their team who eventually made the Indian cricket team. And it doesn't stop there. Analyzing numbers, interesting. Sports, even more interesting. So, what about data analysis in sports? Sports, one of the world's biggest entertainment mediums, and it has been only getting better because of data analysis, especially the scouting part. The teams who play in the biggest cricket league in the world, the IPL, have been using data analysis to find youngsters to play for their team who eventually made the Indian cricket team. And it doesn't stop there. Cricket coaches use data analysis to find what type of bowling to play against a particular batter. Football coaches use the data of the opposing teams to create a complete tactical plan. So, data is only making sports better. So, if you want to understand more about data analysis in sports, about the logic behind sports data analysis. Stay tuned for that. And for more such insightful content, follow Scaler.
Okay, so now everyone will be doing an observation challenge. Basically, the instructions are as follows. Number one, we have to create a 30-second, we have to first observe for 30 seconds. Maybe we can think for a recent match or imagine one. Nowadays, there is this IPL tournament happening. So yesterday, the match was between LSG. So we can maybe think of that match and see how many runs were scored. And within 1 minute, can you please recall? So everyone, I would like all of you to participate in this challenge. Like,
Did you all understand what needs to be done?
I can repeat myself. So basically, all of you like need to observe for 30 seconds and just think of a recent match, maybe of a cricket match or a football match, maybe a match which happened in the IPL yesterday, and just recall how many runs or how many wickets were gone in the match, and you can just recall that. So whoever's ready, just let us know.
Um, are you able to recall?
So like yesterday we had a match between LSG
So
and K.
they're asking me, what about someone who doesn't watch?
Uh, you can okay, any match
Okay,
like
maybe we can actually show them a short video.
yeah, sure. So you want me to like show it from YouTube or
Yeah,
oh,
YouTube should be good.
okay, sure. 1 second. Mm, okay, or one. So basically, this was the match which happened yesterday between KKR, which is Kolkata Knight Riders, and LSG, which is Lucknow Super Giants. So yesterday's match was won by LSG by 3 wickets and 0 balls left. So it also indicates that it was a very thrilling match. And if we check out the scorecard, so we can see that players from the team of Super Giants LSG, like they played quite mid. Their batting was not really good, except of this player no, called Ayush Badoni, who scored a half century, and Mukul Chaudhary, who had finished the game for Lucknow Super Giants. And similarly, we can see for Kolkata Knight Riders, this player named Ajinkya Rahane had scored 41 runs with a 170 strike rate, which is not bad. And Finn Allen did not play really good. Ankush Raghuvanshi was quite decent. Cameron Green was also decent, and Rovman Powell was also decent. But Rinku Singh had also flopped. So we can see stats from there. So now all of you can like observe the stats. You can see the scorecard and observe how many runs were scored by which team, how many wickets were down, and which players had taken how many wickets. Like Vaibhav Arora had taken 2 wickets, the W's wickets. Anukul Roy had taken 2 wickets. Sunil Narayan, Karthik Tyagi, and Cameron Green respectively took one wicket. And similarly for Kolkata, players of Lucknow had also taken one wicket each. So you all can observe such stats. And like after checking each and every stat, you have to be a data collector. So you have to first again, as I showed you the match details, then you have to record 5 observations. If you all can like take out your notebooks with a pen or a pencil with a paper, and you can observe 5 observations. Like Rahane had scored 41 runs. Lucknow had scored 182 runs in total. KKR had scored 181 runs in total. There were 4 wickets down for KKR, 7 wickets down for KKR. So these are some 5 to 4 observations. And just share the numbers with us.
Mhm. So did you all get an idea of what needs to be done? Can you all try? Yes, Mansi.
So Lucknow Super, like what I observed, Lucknow Super Giants scored 182 runs and like one run more than KKR.
Right, you are right. That's why Lucknow had won yesterday's match. Yeah, you are absolutely right. Mm. So this is one innings which all of you can watch. This is basically Virat Kohli's chasing innings. As we all know, he is the master of chasing in cricket. So I'll just make you all watch this.
away. It's the single, and the crowd enjoy it enormously. He went 100. 57 is now 93. Scores away. Boundary. Top edge. The fly safely. One bounce. Crisp straight down the ground. Talking about textbook, I think that could be the front cover of the textbook.
The balance was good. Just stroking it, just easing it. Perfect. Real teaching manual stuff here.
That's elegantly played by Cole. Another boundary moves to 45. Crowder. 50 to Coley. Maybe a farewell 50 in Australia to the King. 26 to 1 is down 50. 75. He's got a smile on his face. The crowd at the SCG.
It's that nice. Back to two, it gets four. Right, good about it. And then the race. It's working Alexa nicely. It'll be at least two, maybe even four, and it is.
It's a clever strike in the end. Controls it down to the road. In convincing fashion. The back of a 168 run partnership between two of India's brightest stars.
So basically, from this video, we can see that there was a comfortable partnership between Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. So here we can observe that Rohit Sharma had a final of 121 runs of 125 balls, and Virat Kohli had scored 74 runs of 81 balls. And India had won by 9 wickets, and India had chased the chased the total runs within 38.3 overs, and the target which was given to them by Australia was 237 runs, and India had lost only 1 wicket. So these are a few more observations which we can see from the match, and this teaches us how much like data is important in sports nowadays. So, like on a piece of paper, you have to create your tally sheet, and you have to write like 3 columns. In the first column, there will be what did you observe, the number of successful shots, missed shots, speed changes, my own observation. So basically, like successful shots, we can say how like what were the success rate like successful shots of Virat Kohli. There were some cover drives, there were some back shots, there were some pull shots which had led to fours and sixes. In missed shots, these are the shots which had been actually missed by the batsman, and it led to a dot ball. Then speed changes, we all know, if we all watch cricket, that Virat Kohli in starting plays slowly, but then he accelerates the innings, so we can also write regarding that. And then your own observation, what did you feel? So you all can write this on a piece of paper and do it accordingly. And like it's important to do this activity, as it will all like you'll also need these numbers for the next upcoming activity. Ma'am, I think we can make them do the activity in the end if they want.
Okay, yeah, sure. You all can take like a screenshot of this and like fill it up in your papers at the end.
Have you taken the screenshot? Okay, yeah, sure. Next slide.
Yeah, I think yes, yeah.
So let's watch a video on how tally marks are calculated.
टैली मार्क्स तो आपने देखे ही होंगे. इसका भी कनेक्शन हमारे फिंगर्स के साथ है. जैसे 1 फिंगर यानी 1 लाइन, 2 फिंगर्स यानी 2 लाइन्स, 3 और 4. एंड आपने देखा ही होगा ये 5th लाइन क्रॉस जाती है, जो कि हमारे थंब को रिप्रेजेंट करती है. इसीलिए टैली मार्क्स में भी ग्रुप ऑफ 5 होते हैं हमारे फिंगर्स की तरह. फैक्ट आपको कैसा लगा मुझे जरूर बताएं.
Until now, like we have been, next slide, Abhiri. Until now, like we have been drawing tally marks in our notebooks, but as we know that the world's biggest matches are won on computers, so we are going to use the exact same tool that professional analysts use, which is Google Sheets. So, Agreem, can you play the video?
Hi there. If you're not familiar with a bar graph, it's simply a graph with categories on the horizontal or x-axis and values on the vertical or y-axis. A bar is then drawn for each category to represent the value that is related to each category. Bar graphs can also be drawn with categories on the y-axis and values on the x-axis, but this will be covered in a later video. For now, we will be focusing on the standard vertical type of bar graph that you see here. Now, to create a bar graph in Google Sheets, you need two things. First, you need a list of categories, and second, you need a list of values that relate to each category. Once you have these two main pieces of information, you are ready to create your bar graph. To create the bar graph, start by selecting all of the cells that contain the data. With these cells selected, click on the Insert tab in the Google Sheets toolbar and then click on Chart. Google Sheets will try and guess what graph you are creating, but it doesn't always get it right. In this case, it created a pie graph, which is not quite what we want. To change this to a bar graph, select the chart and then click on the three little dots in the top right-hand corner and select Edit Chart. The Chart Editor panel will open up on the right side of your Google Sheets spreadsheet. Now, under where it says Chart Type, change the type to Column Chart. Okay, awesome. Now that we have our bar chart, we can start making a few changes. In the chart editor, if you click on Customize, you can change all the basic visual aspects of your bar graph. I'll walk you through a few. To edit the title, click on the chart and axis titles. You can then change the title to something else, and you can also center the title, bold it, and even change its size. Now, if you want to edit or get rid of the axis titles, you can change where it says chart title to horizontal axis title or vertical axis title. To get rid of the chart grid lines, you can click on Grid Lines and Ticks, select Vertical Axis, and uncheck where it says Major Grid Lines. Another way that you can make edits to your chart is by selecting the chart element you want to change. For instance, let's say I want to change the color of the bars. I would click on one of the bars and the chart editor will automatically navigate to the page where you can edit the look of the bars. Under Fill Color, I can simply change the color to the one I want and it's applied to the bar graph right away. Now, what happens if you try to create a bar graph by listing the categories and values horizontally instead of vertically? Believe it or not, you will still be able to create the bar graph by following the same steps as before. It does not matter whether your values or categories are listed in columns or listed in rows. It works the same way, both ways. And that's how you can create a simple bar graph in Google Sheets. If you have any other questions or would like to see more videos like this one, be sure to comment down below and don't forget to subscribe. You can also visit us at spreadsheetlife.com for more useful content and over 100 templates that you can download for free. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next Spreadsheet Life video.
Agreem, can you move to previous slide, the activity 2 wala? Yeah.
Sure.
So, if you guys have like completed the Agreem, if you guys have completed Agreem's activity, so can you like make a bar graph on your laptop or tablet from the data of tally sheets which you have recorded? Hello.
Excuse me, please. Do we
Yes.
have to create the like data bar graph?
Can you repeat?
Do we have to create bar graph on Google Sheets?
If you have a laptop currently or a tablet, then you can create it or like.
Okay.
Okay, so like we will move on to activity 3. Next activity, activity 4, sorry. So I created a chart of Virat Kohli, in which like once, yeah, in which I collected data about Virat Kohli. The most, the biggest number of the shots that he played is for the cover drive. Then the most common thing I observed it is that like in cover drive, like he plays much runs, but he has gotten out in that very much time. So this data analysis tells that though Virat Kohli plays cover drive excellently, but he also gets out on net like frequently also. So, uh, Ranveer.
Yes. So can you change the slide? So can everyone identify both of these players? So on the left, we have Smriti Mandhana, who is a women's cricketer, and on the right, we have Virat Kohli, who everyone knows. Next slide. So if we see at the visibility gap on social, on Google and on search engines, so we can see that Virat Kohli gets 2.4
Excuse me,
million
sir.
Google results.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, coverage can push media to show more matches. Like it can pressurize the sports coverage departments to show more matches of the women's as compared to the men. And second point is performance data proves athletes deserve equal pay and resources. So if you know, um from last year, the women's cricket team and men's cricket team have been earning the same amount. But before that, there was a huge pay gap between them. Third point is coding tools can surface stories that bias and habit leave invisible. So, coding and data analysis can tell us more deeply rooted causes behind this problem, behind this gender gap. Yes, thank you.
Dildar, you're on mute. Are you trying to say something? Okay. Okay. So, do you all have any questions? Yes, Tanish.
Uh, I don't have a question. I just wanted to understand this slide 1011. Is it related to something tally sheet that we spoke in the previous slide?
Can you repeat, please?
I was just asking, in this slide there is 1011. So is it
Mm.
related to some tally sheet that we spoke in the previous slide, or is just a normal image?
It's just a normal image depicting the
It's
binary
just a
numbers.
normal
Yes,
image. Okay,
yes,
understood.
yeah.
Okay. Any more questions or doubts that you all have? Did you all get the idea of today's class?
Yes, please. I got a new perspective about how data can the chart that he showed about Virat, the boys and the girls cricketer, although they both are really fantastic player, but how the media or the data present someone's their ability plays a plays a very huge role in showcasing that player or showcasing that player's strength. I got to know this today in this class. It was a great learning for me.
Thank you, Danish. Thank you. Anyone else wants to add anything? Okay. Do you guys have any questions? The TFG students, you can ask them a few questions.
I have a question, please.
Yes, yes, yeah, sure.
Just out of curiosity, so in first match, if a person scores well and have a very good, what you can say, a playing style, so does that data is relevance and have a high chance, like the coach pick in the next match based on that data or the player. For example, there is a player one playing in one match. He is playing X number of amount runs and a very good fielder. So the team coach, or do they decide based on the data like which player will be playing the next in the next match, or whom we need to play in the 11, or whom to take rest for a while? Is it also dependent on the data?
So if we look at it at a cricket's point of view, so the person who is in good form, the team will back them up to play in the second game, despite
Okay.
failures. You can see many examples in this year's IPL also.
Okay.
Like if I give you an example, if you know Sanju Samson,
Mm-hmm.
he was not in good form in the starting few World Cup matches. Then he was dropped, but the team backed him, and then he won Player of the Tournament in the last three matches. So yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Yes, Kushagra.
So I have a similar question, please. Like in IPL, usually some players play only IPL, or they play league matches. So the owners or the selectors choose them from their league matches data or the last year IPL data, please. I just wanted to know that.
Could you repeat your question once more, please?
Yes, please. So, actually, in IPL, some players play only IPL matches or other league matches. So,
Right.
the selectors of IPL choose them on the basis of the last year IPL data or from their league matches data, please. I just wanted to know that.
So basically, the IPL teams in the IPL, what they do is like if we have two types of player, we have capped and uncapped. So capped players are basically who play for India, and uncapped players are the players who have not officially yet played for India, but they play domestic leagues like, such as SMAT, Ranji Trophy, and all. So what do IPL teams do? First of all, they see players' performance on the basis of international matches, and then they buy them in the IPL auction. And for the uncapped players, they see their performance on the basis of domestic league and their previous year stats in IPL as well. So if they performed well in that, so they can proceed and purchase them or whatever talent which they saw inside of them.
Okay, thank you.
Well,
Um, yes, Danish.
Uh, is there any chance or any incident that you have faced like the data have been proven wrong? For example, we have a very good data of some player performing well or something, etc. But maybe as predicted, his performance or his quality in the upcoming matches, if they have not performed well. So, is that like a possibility?
yeah, of course, it's very much possible. Like, if we go back to the year 2020 and 2021, so before 2020, Virat Kohli's stats were very amazing. He was the world's greatest player. Right now, also, he's the world's greatest player, but his stats like showed that his average runs can be around to 60. But in the year 2020 and 2021, he did not really perform well, and he scored below 20 to 30 runs each game. So it also proves that data is not wrong, but whatever it predicts mathematically is not like possible for every game. It only depends on players' performance and its consistency.
Okay, so just a follow-up question. So, like, if the person is not performing well, so based on that, we can have a what you can say improvement in their practice matches or their diet based on that data. For example, if he or she is not performing well, so based on that stacks and that data, the new diet plan or the new practice plan or the new improvement of their field can be decided from that negative data. Am I right?
Yeah, you are right. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, Sanya.
Uh, so my question was, like during the match, so there are data analysts sitting, uh, like in the stadium to observe the numbers and to collect the numbers, or so like from where the data analysis got the numbers and the data exactly.
Right. So nowadays we have like really advanced technologies, and we have artificial intelligence which does that. And apart from that also, like in the inside of the leather balls in the IPL matches or international matches, there is this robotic chip which actually collects data on itself, like how far did the ball went and with what speed was it thrown from the bowler's hand. So we have advanced technology right now, but in domestic leagues which do not have a high budget, so they have like they collect data manually with humans.
Got it. Thank you.
Mm.
Yeah, Danish.
Yes, I just wanted to ask one thing. Like back 15 or 20 years ago, there was not data-driven industry. So the coaches or the selectors pick a call on the players like, okay, let's give a chance to this player without knowing the data or their performance. So do we see that trend too in the current scenario? For example, the player is not performing well, or it's like earlier we have like the coaches took a call on this player. No, I have faith in this player. Let's give it a try on this. So do we have the same trend in today's time also, or it's like fully data driven?
uh, it's both. Like sometimes the coaches also have faith inside of the player. Like today's time, Shubman Gill is a player which does not perform well, but still he is being selected. So it shows that the coaches have faith in him, and his like data does not represent that he is a good player, but still the coach has faith in him, so he is selected. So I think it's equally on both of the sides.
Okay, understood.
Thank you, agree. Any more questions, anyone? Any doubts that you have? Anything that you want to discuss regarding sports data? Saloni, are you trying to speak? No?
Sorry, ma'am.
Were you trying to speak?
Oh, no, please.
Okay, okay. Sorry. Um, any more questions, anyone? Anything that you want to talk about? We still have like 10 minutes. If you want to just discuss things, you can come ahead and talk. I see a hard no from Mansi. Okay. Yes, Danish.
Yes, I wanted to ask just related to cricket as we have discussed IPL. So we have always seen in football matches like they have formations, diamond formations and etc. formations. So in cricket, do we really have like for the fielders, do we really have different types of formation, or it's like just the captain gives a call for the fielders where to stand?
Yeah, like in football, we have like we don't have formations, but in football we have formation, but in cricket we don't have formations, but we have fielding positions. Like someone has sent in the chat box, long on. Then we have deep mid wicket. We have the one which is besides the wicket keeper. I don't remember the name. We have long on and a lot of more positions. Like we have in football, like we have striker, left winger, right winger, CM, all of that. So we have positions but not formations.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. If there's nothing, then we can end the session here. Can someone, like summarize what you have learned today? Did you learn something? Something that was new, like Danish said earlier. Anyone who would like to summarize? It's okay. You don't have to cover all the topics that were covered in the session. You can just, um, you know, just take us through whatever you have understood. Yes, we have Danish and Kushagra. Yeah, one of you can go and then, like another person can do it later again. Yeah, Kushagra, we can go with you.
Yes, please. So in the starting, we saw the datas of the cricketers, like how we describe the women cricketer data and men cricketer data, and how the form, how does the data help the player to show the how the next game will happen. Like we saw the Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma innings in that Australia series, how they performed, and now we saw some IPL yesterday's IPL match score, like who did well and who did not did well. So it has a proper collection of data for the selectors to select the player for the next match, or how does the form is going of the player, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kushagra. That's really well put together. Yes, Mansi, do you wanna add on anything?
So what I learned is how data is analyzed in sports, and how it is recorded. Like in today's class, we learned how it is recorded in the Google Sheet, and then while analyzing, we can convert it into charts and like analyze it and give the results like that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mansi. Glad that you've learned something, something new that you were not aware of. Good. Yes, Danish.
Yes, even I learned something new, the tally sheet that he mentioned. For example, we always thought like individual person if following some individual player and want to have a track of that person, for example Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli, so he or she can like properly make a tally sheet and convert those tally sheet into a Google sheet by like a self driven analysis for every particular of their favorite player. So yeah, that seems very interesting for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing, Danish, and also being so active. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for today's session. Thank you, Agrim. Sorry? Sorry, were you saying something?
No, please.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Agrim, Adarsh, Anand, and Ranveer for today's session. It was amazing. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Saloni. Okay, everyone. Bye
Thank
bye.
you
Take
so much
care.
for the session. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Thank you so
Bye
much.
bye. Thank you. Bye bye.
Previously discussed how women and men's in sports